Hello and welcome to Walking Movies. I am Nick, and I've just come back from seeing Tron Ares. You can see by my hat, and I also took this in with me. I'll show that off. It was something my brother bought from Disney World for me, and yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. I'm going to be a bit rusty. This is probably going to go a bit long, but I have come back from seeing Tron Ares, and I did a video just yesterday talking about the fact we're getting a new Tron film, and my kind of expectations, and kind of thoughts to an extent of what I thought about the film going into it, and my expectations were low. They were low for this film. And I'll tell you the first thing my brother said, who I saw the film with tonight. When the film finished and we saw the mid-credit scene, there's a mid-credit scene. I'm not going to talk about it, don't worry, there's no spoilers, but he turned to me and he said, I enjoyed that more than Tron Legacy. And Tron Legacy is a film I hold very dear in my heart. But I kind of agree with him, if I'm honest. I really, really enjoyed Tron Ares. Now, if you are not a fan of Tron, if the other films didn't mean anything to you, if you didn't like them, didn't really enjoy them, this is probably not going to change your opinion. These films are what they are. They are visually overstimulating at times. They are loud, they are bombastic. But I think this is probably the most rounded Tron film that we've seen. And I am shocked. I am really shocked. I didn't go into this film thinking I was going to hate it, or even wanting to hate it. Okay, I didn't. But I just was going in with a lot of apprehension. The trailers I'd seen I thought looked good, but there was nothing that I saw that kind of blew me away. But I really, really enjoyed this film. Really enjoyed this film. And I now can't wait to hear what other people have to say. I've not read any reviews. As I mentioned yesterday, I've seen bits and pieces, but I've not actually read what people have got to say about it. But this film just ticks all the right boxes for me. With one exception. I still don't think Jared Leto did a good job. But he wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be. But I don't think he needed to be the guy. It could have been someone else. I'll tell you about the film very briefly. What happens in this is that Encom, which is the company where the original Tron film and the game that Kevin Flynn was designing, that was all a part of Encom. At the end of Tron, Kevin Flynn takes over Encom because he gets recognised for the work that he did that was stolen by a guy called Dillinger. And in Tron Legacy, Kevin Flynn has gone missing for a number of years. His son is, in line to take over the company. Some Dillingers are still working within that company. But yeah, it's kind of like the battle there. But in this film, Dillinger Corporation is a company, Encom is a company, and they're both trying to, find the next advancement in technology, which is, how to use technology and, AI and things like that to, try and make the world better, but by creating things in a digital world and bringing them into the real world. And there's a flaw to that in that every time they try it, there's a limited time period that it works. And so both of them are looking for the key, which is going to continue these things to last in the real world. So that's the film in a nutshell. You've seen from the trailers that, you know, we get light cycles in the real world, and we get programs in the real world. So we get that kind of crossover, which was hinted at the end of Tron Legacy, if you remember that as well. That was something that had kind of been part of the end of that film. And that's all you kind of need to know going in, really, and just let it unfold. Does it always make sense? No, of course not. It's a sci-fi film. Quite often this doesn't. The soundtrack by 9 Inch Nails is really good. I have a very big fondness for the Daft Punk soundtrack for Tron Legacy. I also like the Wendy Carlos score for the first film as well. But this is a good soundtrack, and I think it works well with the film. I had listened to some of the tracks before seeing the film, and I thought it sounded good, but I obviously wanted to see how it kind of like worked with the film. And I think, you know, 9 Inch Nails done a very good job with this score. The acting is fine from the rest of the cast. No particular standouts, but no one does a particularly bad job either. Always good to see Gillian Anderson in this. But I think the thing that I liked most about this film is the fact that, you know, Tron Legacy was a sequel to Tron, but it tried to take what we'd seen on Tron and make it its own thing. This film, for me, has a lot of Easter eggs from the previous two films. And I think that's nice, and it kind of like tying it all together. So that was something I really, really enjoyed about the film, but I wasn't bored. I would say there's some pacing issues. The film is pretty much spot on for 2 hours, and it did feel it lasted a bit longer than that. But it's a minor gripe in the grand scheme of things. This is a film that I am going to go back and see at least once more at the cinema. But if there's people that, you know, want to go and see it, I will happily go and see it with them again, because I did really enjoy this film. And I'm just a bit surprised. Because, I really wanted to enjoy this film and you know, hope it did what I needed it to do. But even I'm surprised with how good of a job they've done with this film. Very much enjoyed it. I will also say, as I think I mentioned in the previous video, I did see this in IMAX 3D. If you can see it in IMAX 3D, I would definitely recommend it. The sound is incredible. The 3D works really well. There are scenes filmed for IMAX where it fills the whole screen, which is one of the reasons to go and see films in IMAX, really. But yeah, I really enjoyed it in IMAX 3D. I might go and see it in 4DX, but if you're going to see it and you want to see it in a premium format, IMAX 3D is definitely the one. Or even regular 3D. The 3D in this I thought was really, really, really good. You know, sometimes you watch a film and the 3D is not that noticeable, but with this, I think the 3D really adds to the world that you're in. So, yeah, I would recommend it in 3D for sure, if nothing else. I'm still doing this 4-star rating system, which I've designated as 1 star is poor, 2 stars is good, 3 stars is very good, and 4 stars is like, you know, excellent. On that basis, I give Tron Ares a 3 out of 4. I thought it was very good, and I'm really glad that it managed to, you know, satisfy me in the ways that I wanted it to. And, you know, I hope this film is a hit. It opened last night in America, previews, and the previews are pretty strong. They are estimating about a 40 to $50 million opening, which is not huge, but is about on par with Tron Legacy. It's going to have a tough few weeks, but I hope it finds an audience, and I hope that this is successful enough for Disney not to wait another 14 years for a sequel. So yeah, Tron Ares absolutely gets a thumbs up. 3 out of 4. I do recommend, if you enjoy the Tron series in any way, this is a very, very enjoyable film. And I hope you do go and see it and you enjoy it. But what did you think? If you're watching this after you've seen it, let me know in the comments below how you felt about Tron Ares. Have I blown it up in terms of hype? Have I been too positive about it? Have I not been positive enough? Let me know in the comments, because I do like to hear what other people think about films. It's not just about me. But thank you for watching, and of course, until next time, remember, the Flynn lives.